I was happy to meet His Eminence Cardinal Sepe in Naples. It was the Saint Egidio conference, which he hosted, and a few years ago, including His Holiness Pope Benedict XVI, addressed that gathering, and it was such warm, gracious hospitality on his part that I said, look, I'll try to reciprocate in New York. I will introduce him to my colleagues in the Appeal of Conscience Foundation. It's an interfaith foundation concerned with religious freedom and human rights. It's an interreligious, Catholic, Jewish, Orthodox, Protestant, the whole variety, Muslim. That will be a wonderful exchange in terms of interreligious cooperation and what we can do together facing the many challenges that the world has today. So that's the interreligious part. Then I will be happy to host them here at Park East Synagogue, which is a historic landmark synagogue. We had the honor and privilege of hosting His Holiness Pope Benedict here 2 years ago. Also the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew. Here at Park East Synagogue, which I'm proud to be the senior rabbi, we have an open door policy. We welcome everyone, man, woman, different race. That will be an encounter with some Jewish leaders, and I think it will be just a very warm welcome. I was there. I was in Rome, invited by both Pope Benedict and Chief Rabbi Dusseny of Rome, who also, whenever he is in New York, occupies my pulpit. And in fact, in his speech at the Rome Synagogue, Pope Benedict recalled his visits to a synagogue in Cologne, Park East Synagogue in New York, and then I met Pope Benedict in Jerusalem on May 11th. So I thought the meeting in Rome was another step in Catholic Jewish cooperation. There were always some people who are, have reservations and are critical, but progress is not made that way, Well, I just mentioned yesterday to Archbishop Dolan, who's a good friend. St. Patrick's was just named the Basilica. It will never happen to my synagogue because we don't have a pope. So here's a basilica, and this is a historic landmark. So that in the United States, we do not have one chief rabbi. We have major congregations, and this happens to be one of the major Orthodox congregations. I think as religious leaders, we face similar challenges, both in terms of family, disintegration of family, secularism, which, by the way, is not as prevalent in the United States as in Europe. You find that 85% of Americans are somehow affiliated with either a church, temple, mosque, synagogue, which is not the case in Europe. A whole question of poverty and peace and terrorism. I think that the only common denominator between Naples and New York is really the diversity of populations, majority, minority, but again, in New York in this sense is a gateway to America. So we have more ethnic groups in the United States, or particularly in New York, not the United States, in New York, than members in the United Nations. The United Nations, 192 members. We have over 240. All kinds. So that's why in New York you have so many different cuisines, restaurants. I hope His Eminence will have a chance to taste the different food and so forth. There were some very difficult times in history. There's no point in rehashing the past. We have to learn from the past, and you cannot change history, but you can improve upon history in terms of the future. And I think as far as the norm and the guidelines today in Catholic-Jewish relations, thank God, have changed since the guidelines of Vatican II and Nostra Aetate, which was reaffirmed by, started by John 23, reaffirmed by John Paul II of blessed memory, whom I knew well, and certainly by Benedict XVI. We operate now within that framework, and we have come a long way. We have still a long way to go, but these brotherly exchanges are all contributing to a greater mutual respect, mutual understanding, and greater cooperation.